Blue Jays will know right away the game plan from Blake Snell, and I think the game plan is going to be establishing that fastball. And of course, everything works off that fastball. Curveball he can throw for a strike, changeup that he wants to swing and a miss.
Here he comes off and going game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. It's on the first pitch of game 5. Davis Schneider into George Springer's shoes and doing a great impression. How about that? Ready for a first pitch fastball and an ambush to start game 5 with a bang.
That jacket has been super important to the Blue Jays, and ironically that's the first solo home run in the World Series by the Blue Jays. A plan and react, and he went up there with a plan to swing and he got rewarded. That's a shock to the system.
Step into a role for Toronto and come through. And so you get punched on the very first pitch, and now Vlad Jr. hooks a ball down the left field line. They've gone back-to-back to start game 5. Three pitches in, 2-0 Toronto. Wow.
You wonder when two heavyweights are going at each other, who is going to deliver the first blow. Well, they were ready to hit the fastball. You felt like Snell was going to establish his fastball tonight because he didn't do that in Toronto. And the first two hitters, I don't know if that's ever happened in his career where the first two hitters have hit home. Blake Snell is going to have to be mentally tough now to just keep pitching and making pitches and adjust. Just like that.
That's the change up to get the first out of the ball game.
Well, the first one's more of a culture shock because it's like, wait, what just happened? The second guy, you almost kind of expect that if it's not located well, he's going to do some damage. And then Springer, of course. That's the loosest club I've seen since doing this.
I tell you, it's day 5 of spring training and not think that they're crazy. Kirk goes up the middle with a base hit, and he's now 6 for 8 against Blake Snell in his career. When we talk about the Dodgers starters being what brought them here, being their biggest strength and advantage in this series.
Tried to tell everybody that the Dodgers were going to face a different type offense. Yeah, you can maybe compare them to Milwaukee, but they have a lot more power than Milwaukee.
Here's a bouncing ball to second for Tommy Edman. They go to Mookie Betts for 1. Over to first, a double play. Broad history in this first inning. Back-to-back home runs from Davis Schneider on the very first pitch, and then Vlad Jr. 2 pitches later. Jays have a 2-0 lead before the Dodgers come on. We're actually going to hang on right here. Looks like the Dodgers are going to challenge it first.
Yep. Ty goes to the runner.
Replay review is presented by Zoom. All right, so it looks like Varsho is going to be on here on the fielder's choice. Snell's 1-0 pitch. There goes Varsho. Throw from Smith is in time, and that's the inning. Will Smith, one of the best in baseball at doing just that. That does it for the Jays in the first. Schneider and Guerrero back-to-back. 2-0. They're saying, hang on, let's take a look again. Thought the inning was over a moment ago. This time, they're going to challenge again. Deja vu.
This is torture for Blake Snell. I know he can't do anything about it. He's walked off the field twice.
Challenging the out call at second base.
This is, to my first experience seeing back-to-back challenges from the same player.
How about an inning that has back-to-back homers to start it and then back-to-back challenges to maybe finish it? Blake saying, this has not been fun. I've walked off of the field twice.
After review, the call on the field stands.
There you go.
Runner is out.
All right, so still one challenge left for the Blue Jays. Now we're going to take a break. Eighth pitch to his boy is swung on and missed. He finished it with a splitter.
This splitter has such great late action in the strike zone. We haven't seen the tumbler yet, meaning the one that really, when you hear the term fall off the table, just roll a ball off the table and see what it does. That's literally falls off the table and your feel are not connected. Much better feel tonight, it looks like.
And he's used it to get 3 consecutive strikeouts, retiring the first 5 in Game 5. And he's using everything perfectly balanced. 8 fastballs, 8 splitters, put all his stuff in his truck. He says it looks like a giant storage unit. Swing and a miss from Tommy Edman, and he strikes off the side in the second. They might just let him stay in the hotel as long as he wants and keeps doing this.
It's a tough angle to just be consistent. He's been really good so far.
He strikes out Muncy with a slider to the knees, and it's 5 in a row.
You know, Kurt has talked about Muncy's going to go look on the iPad. He's talked about the uniqueness of that slider, and he's encouraged umpires not to give up on it. They don't know what's coming.
Here's a high drive. Forget about it. Kike Hernandez finds the seats. First of the World Series for Kike Hernandez, and the Dodgers are on the board.
He's been working on keeping that front shoulder in, and boy did he. Fastball location, obviously a pitcher knows right now he's just looking for a new ball. He doesn't have to turn around and see how far it goes. You know when you release it, there's no timeouts. You got to deal with it.
Call, digs it out, flies it to center field for Varsho. It carries, but Varsho runs it down 2 away. Another look at Hernandez's long ball.
I mean, that fastball went the wrong way. You see where he was trying to throw it, and the ball had lateral movement, and that's a feeling I am very familiar with.
Couple guys that are pretty good at sports. Sandy Koufax, Magic Johnson, who threw out a 2-2 to Ohtani. Yeah, swung on and missed. Swings himself out of his helmet on a disappearing splitter that ends the 3rd. Dodgers get their first base runner, and it produces their first run. A home run makes Game 5 2-1.
Hey, everyone in America, you can stop texting Joe Davis about Davis Schneider's stance. I asked him what was going on, who was he imitating?
This ball's down the line, Kenny, and Dalton Varsho's got extra bases. He's headed for 3rd. He's going to turn the corner and hang on.
So I asked him, all right, who are you imitating tonight? And he said, oh, it's my own stance from the minor leagues. So the answer to who Davis Schneider is mimicking tonight is Davis Schneider.
All right, going back to an old swing of his.
This play here, you're going to want to redo. When you go to dive and you can't stop it or catch it, it's a triple. So in that regard, Teoscar could have held him to a single, made the full commitment to dive. The effort was there, but then it turns into a triple
with nobody out.
Yeah. That's the tough part. That's the decision outfielders have to make.
Snell to the plate. Clement lines the ball to center field. Kike Hernandez makes the catch. Here comes Varsho. Hernandez's throw flat-footed, has no chance, and the Blue Jays take advantage of the defensive misplay to make it 3-1. One of these teams will be 1 win from winning it all. A payoff to Barger is taken downstairs. Ball 4. Second walk that the Blue Jays have taken. Kind of a left, it tries to lay off, but couldn't. 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jimenez. Snell delivers. Tries to lay off. Couldn't. Back-to-back strikeouts to the bottom 2 in the order. But the Blue Jays waste no time getting the run right back. It's a leadoff triple from Dalton Varsho as Hernandez miscalculates, and a sac fly follows. It's 3-1 in Game 5. confidence here. He's had 12 swings against that pitch, 8 misses. And there it is again.
He's comfortable in the release point right now.
That is 8 strikeouts for Yesavage.
But the fastball velocity was still good enough that he got a swing and a miss.
And then he hits Freeman on a 2-strike pitch. Roll up the middle. Jimenez gets there, has no play. Infield hit to Oscar Hernandez. And they're at first and second with 2 away.
And again, this is where you got to be careful. He doesn't have a ton of experience, but innocent innings, striking out the world. 0-2 pitch, he hits Freddie Freeman. We talk about how hard it is to get 3 outs in a postseason game. And now you got instant traffic and the leading run at home plate. You got to hang on to it a little bit longer. He did a nice job there.
Pop fly back of the diamond, and Yesavage, first time there's a little pressure against him, does not break. They strand 2. And after 4, 3-1 Toronto. Back after word from your local Fox station. 2 men were right. Davis Schneider and the home plate umpire Alan Porter. They're down to first. Jordan Baker with that call as well. Winds up taking the walk. 0-2 from Snell. Bounces it back to him. Snell go to second run. Edmund to first. Double play.
The best thing Snell did right there, he didn't have the grip right away and he didn't panic. He always, as a pitcher, throw the ball over the bag and make sure you get 1 out. The tendency here is to hurry up. I got to turn it, got to turn it. He took his time, he threw it there, and he knew that the double play was going to be turned as long as he made a good throw.
And then he said competitiveness. If there's a chance to win, he's going to find a way. Hooks this ball in the air to left field. Routine for Alex Call. Halfway home in game 5. Series tied at 2. Blue Jays lead this one 3-1. Jays spoiling a chance to do that this year. 1-2. A shot to right field. That is a diving catch from Barger. Addison Barger. It's not just been the bat from him. He's been awesome defensively as well.
Yeah, this one's trying to dive down, and he just gets a great jump on it. Angles the glove perfectly.
Making him do that.
Traditionally, very often, but when you're in a slump and when you're struggling, you do things you normally don't.
A swing and a miss and an 11 strikeout for Yesavage.
That just bites down, and like I said, you do things like Smith. Smith doesn't swing too often at pitches like that.
Oh, Buddy Warman in that Blue Jays bullpen. His 2-2. Bouncing ball left side. Ernie Clement's got an easy one. 1-2-3, 6th inning for Yesavage. Absolute dominance at Dodger Stadium. In Game 5 of the World Series, he struck out 11. Beyond belief for just about anybody. I don't know, Mom and Dad, Dave and Cheryl, maybe they saw it coming. 2-2 to Barger. Punches one left side. It's going to find its way into left field. Muncy was over towards the hole, and Barger snuck it by him for a leadoff single. That one gets away, and Barger will get second anyways. Blue Jays outplaying the Dodgers in this game in every way.
Again, it's a game of advanced thinking. If this happens, this is what I do. Anticipating, reading, reacting. And
the payoff pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Betts is there. Running throw in time. Runner stays at second. Popped out of his hand, and his 4th walk of the game will set it up for the top of the order and likely end his night. No, Mark Pryor instead. Yeah. A 3-2 to Davis Schneider. Got him with a change. And that will be the end of the line for Blake Snell. Dave Roberts will go down to his young flamethrowing righty Henriquez as Snell finishes off his night with his 7K. The Blue Jays with a 2-run lead. Payoff pitch to Vlad Jr. Overthrows it to the backstop, and here comes Barger. 4-1 Toronto. A single and 3 wild pitches to allow Barger to go first to home.
That was not your typical Dodgers inning. But the fear of making a great pitch to a great hitter, and the feeling that a manager has.
3 balls and a strike on Bichette. Jimenez at second, Guerrero at first. Here it comes. Shot to right field, a base hit. Here comes Jimenez. Hernandez's throw heads for third. It is not in time, and it's 5-1. And the Blue Jays have another multi-run inning. And for the second night in a row, a Dodger reliever comes in, and the 2 inherited runners both come in.
RBI king for the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll find out what the future holds for him, but right now he is living a dream playing in the World Series after not competing in the first couple of series due to that knee injury.
Enriquez looking for his first out. Not going to find it here. They're not going to get a chance to find it again. Ground ball to second. Tommy Edman will shovel it off to second to end the inning. But the Jays get 2. Second night in a row. They put up a crooked number in the 7th. 2 wild pitches. No, we're sticking with 3. 3 wild pitches allow Barger to go all the way around. Blake Snell's finished. The Dodgers down 5-1 to the last of the 7th. 1-2 to Freeman. There's a dozen for Trey Yesavage.
Well, what this shows me is John Snyder is looking at the results more than he's looking at anything else. I told you before, you got to throw away stats and tendencies when you're in a 1 game. Obviously, we got to win 2, but you're in a 1 game situation where your pitcher is having a moment. Don't go to the stats when he's having a moment.
Seeing the Dodgers, the highest scoring team in the National League for the 2nd time in 5 days.
This is going to be an infield hit for Teoscar Hernandez.
And Joe, he has obtained 23 swings and misses tonight. That is the most in a World Series game since those things have been tracked since 2008.
Chopper to third, Clement to second, over to first, double play! A World Series masterpiece from 22-year-old Trey Yesavage. Bonded to Ernie Clement with an 0-2 and a line drive base hit to center field.
I want you to see what the Toronto Blue Jays had done against left-handed pitching. And you've seen a better version of him.
Boy, this is ugly.
Bassett got healthier. He's been unscored upon in this World Series.
Chopper to second, that'll advance Clement to third. Barger the first out. Kind of for left foot past the drawn-in infield to make it 6-1. Single, wild pitch, productive out, and then kind of for left his first hit of the World Series. It was Game 5 last year where the Dodgers hoisted the trophy, took advantage of the Yankees' defensive lapses. It's Game 5 of the World Series this year where their own mistakes helped the Blue Jays pile on.
And get hot at the absolute right time now.
Shallow left field. Here comes Alex Call. Jimenez out number 2. tonight. The Dodger pen letting the inherited runners score, and another one right here. Kind of Falefa has stolen second.
Well, to your point, I mean, the Blue Jays lead by 5, right? And the Dodgers have scored 4 total runs in their last 27 innings.
Right side of the infield, Freddie Freeman. Inning over, but the Jays get another right from the start tonight. They've been smiling. Davis Schneider led off the game with a home run. They've tacked on 5 more and lead game 5 by that many. For a 2-month stretch, their offense was 27th in the majors. Ground ball right side. Vlad Jr.'s got it. High flip over to Dominguez for the first out. Hey, you know the last guy Clayton Kershaw faced was your grandpa. 2 gone in the 8th. 3-2 from Dominguez. Inside and a walk from Cobb. They finally get Ohtani to the plate with a man aboard. Wow. Another scorcher off the bat of Ohtani, but it was on a splitter, and it's down to first for Vlad Jr., and it sends game 5 to the 9th. Smith starts the 9th with a base hit to left. The last guy to win a 12 strikeout game in the World Series, Bob Gibson in 1968. After the leadoff hit from Smith, here's a 2-2 to Betts. Fly ball left center field, but not deep. Miles Straw to put Betts to 0 for 4. In the 9th inning of game 5.
Your hitters get out of sync. It doesn't really affect the pitching. I would love to know. We won't have time for it now. Maybe we'll show you in Toronto. I'd love to know what those team batting averages were.
And the Blue Jays are headed home, 1 win from a championship. Then it was a child who led them tonight. 22-year-old Yesavage. 12 strikeouts. Only the 12th time in World Series history somebody's done that. And he's right there with Bob Gibson. 12+ strikeouts and a win in a World Series game. They handled the Dodgers back-to-back nights after that.
Yeah, I thought the loss that the team couldn't afford after 18 was going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought the Dodgers could sustain it better based on their pitching. Well, we've come to find out that's the opposite.